In this news, we have XRP to $18. Dark Defender says nothing can stop what is coming. What if I told you the last 9 years of XRP price action were just one giant setup for a move to $18? Legendary analyst Dark Defender just dropped a bombshell, claiming that a massive logarithmic structure is completing right now. He says, and I quote, "Nothing can stop what is coming." Are we looking at the biggest rally in crypto history? So, let's look at this chart. XRP has been trapped in a massive ascending channel since the 2017 peak. While everyone else was panicking over daily swings, the smart money has been using this multi-year structure to accumulate. We have survived the SEC, we have survived the bear markets, and now we are hitting the structural boundary where XRP historically explodes. Now, here's where it gets technical and profitable. We are seeing a massive W pattern, also known as a double bottom, intersecting perfectly with a major Fibonacci level. When these macro signals align, it's like a spring being coiled. Dark Defender's math points directly to $18. That's not a random number. It's a measured move based on percentage growth cycles that have been respected for nearly a decade. But 2026 is different. It is very different. Unlike 2017, we actually have the utility to back this up. Regulatory clarity is here, and institutions are just looking at XRP. They are tokenizing on the ledger. The technicals are the map, but the institutional liquidity is the fuel. We are moving from speculation to a utility-driven valuation. So, my own opinion is that most people will miss this move because they are looking at $1.50 or $2 as resistance. But when a 9-year structure breaks, resistance becomes a memory. If Dark Defender here is right, we aren't just looking at a pump. We are looking at the structural repricing of the entire XRP ecosystem. I'm holding my position because I'd rather be 6 months early than 6 seconds late to an $18 XRP. But hey, I want to hear from the army. Is $18 a conservative target or a dream? Drop your price prediction below. Alright, in this next news, it says Binance XRP Reserve Update. Something massive is happening behind the scenes at Binance. Most people are missing it. In less than 2 weeks, over 170 million XRP has vanished from Binance reserves. While the price is playing games, the smart money is making a run for the exit into private wallets. Is a supply shock finally here? Let's look at the numbers. At the start of February 2026, Binance was sitting on a 2.74 billion XRP. Fast forward to February 16 and we are down to 2.57 billion. That's not a glitch, that's a deliberate movement of capital. When exchange reserves drop this fast, it usually means one thing: whales are accumulating. They aren't selling, they are securing their bags for the long haul. But here's the real kicker. While Bitcoin and Ethereum were bleeding outflows of $133 million and $85 million respectively, XRP actually saw inflows of over $33 million. Even in a shaky market, XRP is attracting capital like a magnet. It's like everyone is running out of the burning building, but a group of billionaires is running into the XRP room with suitcases. Technically, we are looking at a supply squeeze. Available XRP on trading platforms is tightening. Usually, when reserves hit two-year lows like this, it sets the stage for a massive price reaction. The supply is drying up, and if the demand stays high, well, you know the math. $1.40 might look like a discount very, very soon. So, here's my own personal opinion about this one. Don't let the sideways price action fool you. The paper hands are selling to the diamond hands right now on Binance. We are seeing a structural shift where XRP is being treated as a foundational asset, not a speculative toy. So, what I can say about this is that the whales aren't moving millions of tokens into cold storage because they expect the price to go down. They know something we don't. Hold your bags, watch the reserves, and stay frosty. What's your move? So let me know in the comments section below. Alright, in this next news, it says, expert says XRP is very undervalued right now. Here's why. Is XRP the most undervalued asset in the entire crypto market right now? According to top experts like Zach Rector, the answer is a resounding yes. While short-term traders are panic selling the volatility, the smart money is looking at a structural setup that looks identical to the legendary 2017 breakout. We are talking about a Wave 3 impulse that could change everything. So, let's look at the math. Analysts are pointing to the Elliott wave structure. We have finished the corrective phase 2. That's the boring, sideways pain we have all been feeling. History shows that what comes next is the impulsive advance. That's the vertical line on the chart that makes people millionaires. It's the same pattern we saw before the 2017 explosion, and the coil is tighter now than ever before. But it's not just lines on a screen. In 2026, the regulatory risk is basically dead. We have clarity, we have institutional interest, and we have a shrinking supply on exchanges. When you combine high utility with low exchange liquidity, you get a supply shock. It's basically economics. When the big banks finally flip the switch, there won't be enough XRP to go around these prices. Zach Rector calls this convergence. It's the moment where the tech, the law and the charts are all meeting the same, or I mean, all meet at the same time. We are not at the end of the cycle. We are at the birth of a new expansion phase. The utility lens is finally replacing the speculation lens. This is no longer a meme coin. It's a global financial infrastructure. So, here's my unfiltered opinion about this one. The market is currently rewarding those with conviction and punishing those with paper hands. Most people will wait until XRP hits $5 or $10 to say I should have bought. But by then, the North Star has already left the station. I believe we are in the quiet accumulation phase before the loudest move in crypto history. Don't let the daily red candles blind you to the multi-year cycle. But hey, do your own research. Are you a believer in the Wave 3 theory? Drop a Wave 3 in the comments if you are holding. Alright, in this report, we have here an analyst stating that his conviction in XRP is anchored by $8, $13, and $27. What if I told you the next big XRP move isn't a guess, but a mathematical certainty? While the world argues over cents, top analysts are looking at three specific numbers: $8, $13, and $27. In this video, we are going to break down the Fibonacci data that has been 5 years in the making. So let's go. Alright, crypto analyst chart nerd here has just dropped a massive update. Using Fibonacci extensions from the 2020 low to the 2018 peak, he identified three key targets, and that's $8.48, $13.72, and the big one, $27.40. These aren't just random numbers pulled from a hat. These are the 127, 141, and 161% extensions. And get this, even banking giant Standard Chartered has targets that align almost perfectly with these levels. When the math and the institutions agree, you pay attention. Let's look at this pattern. XRP has been trapped in a massive symmetrical triangle since 2020. We saw a 500% breakout in late 2024, and now we are testing the upper boundary. In the world of TA, or technical analysis, the longer the consolidation, the more violent the breakout. We are currently sitting around $1.46. $1.46, the literal midpoint of this coil. We are seconds away from the spring snapping. Alright, Standard Chartered recently adjusted some of their 2026 targets due to macro headwinds, but their long-term conviction remains at $28 by 2030. Think about that. Even with market fear, the big banks are looking at the same technical ceiling as the retail analyst. It's a convergence of data that we have never seen before in XRP's history. Now, here's my honest opinion. Everyone is looking for quick gains, but the real money in XRP is made by those who can handle the bore. We have waited 5 years for this triangle to resolve. If you can't wait another year for $8 or $13, you might miss the greatest wealth transfer in crypto history. My conviction? I'm anchored to these Fibonacci levels. I'm not trading the noise. I'm waiting for the math to finish its job. But hey, I want to hear from you. Are you holding out for $27 or is it $8 your exit? Drop your target in the comments and smash the subscribe button for your daily 2026 XRP updates. And this finally ends our video. Thank you very much for watching and see you on the next one.